All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Lalema Aneja Dang, and with me is Sarabjit Kaur. The headlines. President Ramnath Kovind to reach Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh to address birth centenary celebrations of Chaudhary Harmohan Singh Yadav this morning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to lay the foundation stone of Noida International Airport in Jewar, Uttar Pradesh tomorrow. Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari to lay foundation stones for 25 national highway projects worth 11,721 crore rupees in Jammu today. India expresses its commitment towards the vision of a free, open, inclusive and rules-based Indo-Pacific Ocean at the East Asia Summit on Maritime Security Cooperation. India agrees to release 5 million barrels of crude oil from its strategic petroleum reserves. Niti Aayog launches Sustainable Development Goals Urban Index and Dashboard 2021-22. Shimla tops the index, followed by Coimbatore and Chandigarh. Over 118 crore 35 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 98.32%. FIH Men's Junior Hockey World Cup 2021 tournament to begin in Bhubaneswar. Defending champions India to take on France in their opening encounter tonight. And in Indonesia, Open Badminton, PV Sindhu and Kidambi Srikanth to play their first round matches this morning. Well, as India created history by administering over 100 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, All India Radio salutes all the doctors, nurses, other frontline workers and all those who got vaccinated and made this possible. Even though the country has achieved this feat, we caution our listeners that the battle against COVID is not yet over. We appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and also help others get vaccinated. Please follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, please contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075.
As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news and will continue till 15th August 2022. India Post has joined hands as the logistics partner with All India Radio News for the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. Recalling our yesterday's question, which great freedom fighter wrote a series of articles under the title New Lamps for Old in Indu Prakash newspaper? The correct answer is Sri Aurobindo. Writing a series of articles under the title New Lamps for Old, Sri Aurobindo castigated the then Congress leaders for their policies of petition and prayer and went on to advocate a more vigorous nationwide agitation. AIR News got an overwhelming response from its listeners across the world, and the one lucky winner of the quiz is Ms. Pramila Tamilselvan from Mogapur East, Chennai, Tamil Nadu.
I am Pramila Tamilselvan from Tamil Nadu, Chennai. I am a homemaker. I am happy that I was selected in yesterday Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav quiz conducted by All India Radio. I am regular listener of all programs in All India Radio. My hearty congratulations to all winners and thanks to all organizers in the team.
The next question of Amrit Mahotsav quiz will be shared with listeners on Monday, 29th of November. Celebrate 75 years of India's independence by participating in Amrit Mahotsav quiz with AIR News.
लिख देंगे भारत की उड़ान आजादी की हर पहचान, अब भारत की लोरी लिखकर रखेंगे कल की नींव। बच्चे बच्चे में बो देंगे देशभक्ति का बीज, देशभक्ति का बीज।
अमृत महोत्सव लेकर आया है लोरी लेखन प्रतियोगिता। भाग लेने के लिए amritmahotsav.nic.in पर रजिस्टर करें।
Another news in detail. President Ramnath Kovind will reach Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh this morning for a 2-day visit to the city. Today, the President will grace and address the birth centenary celebrations of Chaudhry Harmohan Singh Yadav. Tomorrow, Mr. Kovind will address the centenary celebrations of Harcourt Butler Technical University. Here's more from our correspondent.
After reaching Kanpur this morning, President Ramnath Kovind will go directly to Meherban Singh Purva area. He will take part in the function being organized to mark the birth centenary celebrations of ex-MP Chaudhry Harmohan Singh Yadav. Chaudhry Harmohan Singh Yadav was an educationist, social worker, independence activist and a politician. After paying floral tributes to the leader, President will address a gathering there. Chief Minister of State Yogi Adityanath will also take part in this program. Tomorrow, the President will grace and address the centenary celebrations of Harcourt Butler Technical University. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Kanpur.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lay the foundation stone of Noida International Airport in Jewar, Uttar Pradesh tomorrow. The development of the airport is in line with the vision of the Prime Minister towards boosting connectivity and creating a future-ready aviation sector. A special focus of this grand vision has been on the state of Uttar Pradesh that is witnessing the development of multiple international airports, including the recently inaugurated Kushinagar Airport and the under-construction International Airport at Ayodhya. Uttar Pradesh is poised to become the only state in India to have 5 international airports. Jewar Airport will be the second international airport to come up in Delhi NCR. It will help decongest the Indira Gandhi International Airport. It is strategically located and will serve the people of cities including Delhi, Noida, Ghaziabad, Aligarh, Agra, Faridabad and neighbouring areas. Due to its scale and capacity, the airport will be a game changer for Uttar Pradesh. It will unleash the potential of Uttar Pradesh to the world and help establish the state on the global logistics map. For the first time, an airport in India has been conceptualized with an integrated multimodal cargo hub with a focus on reducing the total cost and time for logistics. The dedicated cargo terminal will have a capacity of 20 lakh metric tons, which will be expanded to 80 lakh metric tons.
Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari will lay foundation stones for 25 national highway projects of total length of 257 kilometers with an investment of 11,721 crore rupees in Jammu today. These projects will provide all-weather connectivity between Jammu and Kashmir Valley. These are strategically important for swift movement of defence forces along with agricultural, industrial and socio-economic progress of the region. The projects will connect all major roads leading to various district headquarters and will help in generation of employment and self-employment opportunities. The projects will involve rehabilitation and upgradation of some sections, construction of viaduct and tunnel and rectification of black spots. During the 5th edition of the East Asia Summit EAS on Maritime Security Cooperation, India has expressed its commitment towards the vision of a free, open, inclusive and rules-based Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative IPOI. The remarks came from Secretary East in the Ministry of External Affairs Riva Ganguly Das yesterday as she delivered the keynote address during the 5th EAS Conference on Maritime Security Cooperation, MEA spokesman Arundam Bagchi informed in a tweet. Ms. Das also spoke about the need for a collaborative approach in addressing common challenges in the maritime domain. The 2-day edition of the EAS Conference on Maritime Security Cooperation has been organized by India in partnership with Australia. Apart from the two governments, organizers include the ASEAN-India Centre at Research and Information System for Developing Countries in collaboration with National Maritime Foundation of Australia and the Research Centre for East and North East Regional Studies, Kolkata. The East Asia Summit, EAS, is a premier leaders-led forum to exchange views on strategic issues in the Indo-Pacific.
India has agreed to release 5 million barrels of crude oil from its strategic petroleum reserves. This release will happen in parallel and in consultation with other major global energy consumers, including the USA, China, Japan and South Korea. Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas in a statement said that India strongly believes that the pricing of liquid hydrocarbons should be reasonable, responsible and be determined by market forces. India has repeatedly expressed concern at the supply of oil being artificially adjusted below demand levels by oil-producing countries, leading to rising prices and negative attendant consequences. The ministry said that the Prime Minister has been consistently reviewing the high petroleum and diesel prices domestically. It said in a bid to control inflationary pressures, Government of India had reduced the central excise duty on petrol by 5 rupees and diesel by 10 rupees on the 3rd of this month. It was followed by reduction in VAT on fuel by many state governments. Niti Aayog, under the Indo-German cooperation, has released the inaugural Sustainable Development Goals SDG Urban Index and Dashboard 2021-22 in its journey towards localizing the SDGs and instituting robust SDG progress monitoring systems at the national, state and UT and local levels. Niti Aayog has achieved yet another milestone with the launch of the inaugural SDG Urban Index and Dashboard 2021-22 yesterday. The index and dashboard are a result of the Niti Aayog GIZ and BMZ collaboration focused on driving SDG localization in cities under the umbrella of Indo-German Development Cooperation. Total 56 urban areas were considered for computation. Shimla tops the index, followed by Coimbatore and Chandigarh. The index and dashboard will further strengthen SDG localization and institute robust SDG monitoring at the city level.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed 118 crore 35 lakh mark. Out of the total vaccination, more than 77 crore vaccine doses have been given as the first dose, while over 41 crore 29 lakh doses have been administered as the second dose. Health Ministry said that more than 68 lakh 35,000 vaccine doses were administered yesterday. In our bilingual live phone-in program Corona Jagrukta series, Dr. Manoj Kumar of Max Hospital in Delhi will be with us tonight to answer queries related to coronavirus. Listeners can ask questions to the expert from 9:30 p.m. on toll-free number 1800115767. I repeat, 1800115767, and on telephone number 01123314444. I repeat, 01123314444. You can also post your queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by #AskAIR. This live program can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. The program will also be available on our website newsonair.nic.in and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You're listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. President Ramnath Kovind to reach Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh to address birth centenary celebrations of Chaudhry Harmohan Singh Yadav this morning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to lay the foundation stone of Noida International Airport in Jewar, Uttar Pradesh tomorrow. Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari to lay foundation stones for 25 national highway projects worth 11,721 crore rupees in Jammu today. India expresses its commitment towards the vision of a free, open, inclusive and rules-based Indo-Pacific Ocean at the East Asia Summit on Maritime Security Cooperation. India agrees to release 5 million barrels of crude oil from its strategic petroleum reserves. Niti Aayog launches Sustainable Development Goals Urban Index and Dashboard 2021-22. Shimla tops the index, followed by Coimbatore and Chandigarh. Over 118 crore 35 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 98.32%. FIH Men's Junior Hockey World Cup 2021 tournament to begin in Bhubaneswar, defending champions India to take on France in their opening encounter tonight. And in Indonesia Open Badminton, PV Sindhu and Kindambi Srikanth to play their first round matches this morning. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
India and the United States reaffirmed their commitment to take economic relationship between the two countries to the next high level. India and the United States held the 12th ministerial level meeting of the India-United States Trade Policy Forum, TPF, in New Delhi yesterday. The meeting was held with a view to advancing the goal to develop an ambitious shared vision for the future of the trade relationship, as announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Joe Biden at their meeting on 24th September this year. Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal and US Trade Representative Ambassador Catherine Tai co-chaired the TPF meeting. The two leaders underlined the importance of integrating the two economies across sectors to harness the untapped potential of the relationship. They recognized the importance of engaging in collaborative discussion on the full range of existing and emerging issues affecting trade relationship. In today's lineup at the 52nd edition of the International Film Festival of India, Sean Connery starring Untouchables will be screened. Mid-fest film Paw of the Dog by director Jane Campion is also expected to be screened today. The film, starring Benedict Cumberbatch, portrays the life of a charismatic rancher, Phil Burbank, and his relationship with his brother and his wife. Homage will be paid to Kannada film actor Sanchari Vijay, who passed away this year. His movie portraying a transgender Nanu Avanalla Avlu, directed by B.S. Lingadevaru, is scheduled to be screened today.
And now let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
In today's episode, we celebrate the birth anniversary of freedom fighter, educationist, and first Chief Minister of the state of Rajasthan, Hiralal Shastri, who was born on the 24th of November 1899. Shastri is known for founding Jeevan Kutir in Banasthali area of Rajasthan and training social workers for rural reconstruction. He also led the freedom movement by reorganizing Jaipur Rajya Praja Mandal.
Hiralal Shastri was born at Jobner in Jaipur district in a peasant family and completed his early education in Jobner. From early childhood, Hiralal Shastri had a burning desire to go to a village and devote his life to the service of the downtrodden. He joined the Jaipur State Service in 1921 and became secretary in the Home and Foreign Departments. However, he resigned in 1927 and in 1929. In fulfillment of his childhood resolve, Hiralal Shastri selected a remote and backward village, Banasthali, 45 miles from Jaipur, and founded Jeevan Kutir.
He trained a group of dedicated social workers and endeavored to implement a program of rural reconstruction. These workers later became the heralds of political awakening in many of the Rajputana states. Later, he was drawn to the political arena when he was drafted to reorganize Jaipur Rajya Praja Mandal in 1937, of which he was twice elected General Secretary and twice President. In 1939, he led the Praja Mandal's Satyagraha for achievement of civil liberties and suffered a 6-month imprisonment.
In 1947, Hira Lal was appointed General Secretary of the All India States People's Conference. The same year, he was elected to the Constituent Assembly. On the installation of a representative government in Jaipur State in 1948, Hira Lal Shastri took over as the Chief Minister. When Rajasthan State was formed on March the 30th, 1949, he became its first Chief Minister, and on him fell the Herculean task of integrating the diverse princely units into effective modern administration. He accomplished this complex task ably in a short period.
Hira Lal Shastri passed away on the 28th of December 1974. Forthright and fearless in his views, an Indian to the core of his heart, a selfless social worker, Hira Lal Shastri was a far-sighted and popular leader. Banasthali Vidyapeeth, founded by him, has today become a premier national institution for women's education. To him goes largely the credit of laying the foundation of a strong, unified and progressive Rajasthan. The Posts and Telegraphs Department brought out a commemorative postage stamp in honor of Pandit Hira Lal Shastri in November 1976. We salute this great Indian and his love for his motherland.
Freedom fighter Ghulam Ghaus Khan, who was a resident of Peergate, Mirapur, Muzaffarnagar, Uttar Pradesh. He joined the forces of his village against the British in the First War of Indian Independence in 1857. He was caught by the British troops during an engagement and charged with murder and rebellion against the British. He was sentenced to death and hanged in 1858.
Brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
स्वाधीनता संग्राम के वे निशान जो साक्षी हैं हमारे सेनानियों के संघर्ष और बलिदान के। आकाशवाणी समाचार ला रहा है विशेष श्रृंखला निशान। हर बुधवार को शाम 4:45 पर कार्यक्रम परिक्रमा में FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर।
In today's episode of Nishan, we will bring you a story on INA War Memorial in Moirang, Manipur. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase hallmarked gold jewellery. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404. Issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago.
In Tamil Nadu, the central team led by Joint Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Rajiv Sharma, will have a meeting with Chief Minister M.K. Stalin today after their visit to the rain-affected areas in the state. The team began their assessment beginning Monday. The team was briefed on the whole scenario on the damages and the preemptive action taken at the onset of the monsoon on the 21st after arrival from Delhi. Tamil Nadu suffered unprecedented floods due to the excessive rainfall. The state government has already appealed to the centre to provide a sum of 2,629 crore rupees as relief. Sports news now, hockey. Defending champions India will kick off their campaign tonight at the FIH Odisha Hockey Men's Junior World Cup in Bhubaneswar against France in a Group B match. Team India will be led by midfielder Vivek Sagar Prasad, who was part of India's historic bronze medal winning performance at the Tokyo Olympics. Belgium will play South Africa in their first game in Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar today. The running commentary of the selected matches will be broadcast on FM Rainbow with RN support. The commentary will also be carried by stations having Digital Radio Mondial DRM transmitters on the digital channel and over DTH. It will also be available on News on AIR mobile app and Prasar Bharati Sports YouTube channel.
In badminton, PV Sindhu and Kidambi Srikanth will aim for a winning start today at the Indonesia Open Super 1000 event in Bali, Indonesia. PV Sindhu will start her women's singles campaign against Japan's Aya Ori. Srikanth will face compatriot HS Pranoy in an all-Indian affair today at 12:30 p.m. onwards. B. Sai Praneeth meets France's Tomer Junior Popov in the first round. Other Indians in fray are women's doubles pair of Ashwani Punappa and N. Sikke Reddy. They will play fifth-seeded Bulgarian duo of Gabriel Stiovo and Stephanie Stiovo from 9:30 a.m. onwards. In mixed doubles, Ashwani will pair up with B. Sumit Reddy, will face Takura Hoki and Nami Matsuyama at 12:30 p.m. Meanwhile, Indian pair of N. Sikke Reddy and Dhruv Kapila lost to Japanese pair Koihi Yamashita and Naru Shinoya in straight games 7-21, 12-21.
And now let's take a look at the weather update for today. Well, the national capital Delhi is experiencing shallow fog, while the temperature will vary between 10 and 27 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have a partly cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was 23 degrees Celsius and the maximum is expected to be around 34 degrees. Chennai is expected to witness a generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The temperatures will move from a minimum of 25 degrees Celsius to a maximum of 30 degrees. Kolkata is expected to have a clear sky. The city noted a minimum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, while maximum shall be around 30 degrees. Srinagar may have cloudy weather. The temperature will hover between 1 and 12 degrees Celsius.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Service over self. India hails its Galwan heroes is the Hindustan Times headline, referring to the Mahavir Chakra awarded posthumously to Colonel B. Santosh Babu, who was martyred at Ladakh's Galwan Valley in 2020. Railway Minister announces Bharat Gaurav trains, says the statesman. Government plans bills to bar private cryptocurrency with a few exceptions. Repeal farm laws is the Indian Express headline. India, US to expand agri-market access, headlines Financial Express. The Hindu says law students to help prisoners with bail pleas, appeal says NHRC. And in some other stories, driverless train on Metro Pink Line on November 25th in Delhi. Loharu Fort in Bhiwani now being a protected monument, and weightlifter Mirabai pulling out of Tashkent World Championship.
And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. President Ramnath Kovind to reach Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh to address birth centenary celebrations of Chaudhary Harmohan Singh Yadav this morning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to lay the foundation stone of Noida International Airport in Jewar, Uttar Pradesh tomorrow. Union Minister for Road, Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari to lay foundation stones for 25 national highway projects worth 11,721 crore rupees in Jammu today. India expresses its commitment towards the vision of a free, open, inclusive and rules-based Indo-Pacific Ocean at the East Asia Summit on Maritime Security Cooperation. India agrees to release 5 million barrels of crude oil from its strategic petroleum reserves. Niti Aayog launches Sustainable Development Goals Urban Index and Dashboard 2021-22. Over 118 crore 35 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. FIH Men's Junior Hockey World Cup 2021 tournament to begin in Bhubaneswar, and in Indonesia Open Badminton, PV Sindhu and Kidambi Srikanth to play their first round match this morning.